Welcome back to another episode of Bowmar Bowhunting. In today's episode, we are heading to the Kalahari Desert to go on an epic adventure bow hunting rhinos. Well, sort of. You see, rhinos are not legally allowed to be hunted with a bow. So we're going to do what's called a green hunt. We'll be using an arrow that's not tipped with a beast broadhead, but tipped with a big old dart full of vitamins. Now I know you're thinking this is going to be boring. But hang in there, boys. Rhinos are part of the original Big Five and a part of the Dangerous Seven. And keep in mind, we're not hunting them in a tiny little farm. This is a 200,000 acre concession where these dangerous beasts roam free and can be anywhere. Also, keep in mind these rhinos don't know we're not going to kill them, so they're going to act no different than if it was the real thing. So before we dive into this epic hunt, I think it's important I spend a few minutes exempling why these green hunts are so important. As you've seen many times on our channel, I talk about the importance of the value on the animals and how that value provides income and how that income creates money that can help pay for the protection of the animals. But with rhinos specifically, it's extremely important because in the black market, specifically in Asia, a rhino horn will sell for $30,000 a pound. You heard that right. And keep in mind, a full-grown rhino can produce a horn that weighs up to 14 pounds, which means a 14-pound horned rhino can bring up to $420,000 on the black market. That's a lot of money for anyone. But now imagine if you live in poverty, how much money that is. So many people risk their lives every single year to hunt down, poach, and kill rhinos for their horns. Which is why without financial support, it is impossible outside of national parks to allocate the necessary resources to protect the rhinos effectively. This revenue is critically important because it's channeled back into conservation programs, anti-poaching efforts, habitat restoration, and community development and community initiatives. By creating financial incentives through hunting, in our case, green hunting, it provides a sustainable model where the revenue generated from hunting can be reinvested into anti-poaching efforts, conservation, and ultimately ensuring the long-term survival of the rhinos. But without this revenue stream, rhinos inevitably will be poached and eradicated, as the necessary funds for protection and conservation efforts would be non-existent. Ultimately, the complex relationship between hunting, value, revenue, and conservation underscores the importance of considering multiple perspectives when addressing the challenges of hunting any animal, but specifically the rhinoceroses. On top of the revenue generated, there's actually a scientific reason behind doing this as well. Once the animal is sedated, the vet is able to draw blood, age the rhino, and perform many tests that can aid in understanding the rhinos more in depth, which can lead to better conservation strategies and efforts aimed at ensuring the long-term health and survival of the species. Now that you understand the importance of this, let's dive into our green hunt. This hunt isn't as easy as finding the rhino and going up and shooting it with a dart. There is a lot of resources and manpower to make sure this goes perfectly well without endangering the rhino. You see, Sarah and I are used to the world attacking us, coming after my family with death threats and constantly trying to cancel us with fake news. But normal people, they can't handle that level of scrutiny, which is why we've chosen to keep the faces blurred out and the identities anonymous for obvious reasons. Part of the protocol with this green hunt is to have a helicopter close by. And this is for if any medical emergencies were to occur with the rhino or with the people. Also by law, we have to have a specialized vet with us at all times. So before we could go hunting, we needed to be trained and briefed on every potential scenario that could unfold. Our vet was an absolute rock star and had a ton of experience with rhinos. So she went through all of the training, shot placement, and what to do if everything went wrong. So we were all confident and ready to go to the field. So it was time to go bow hunt a rhino.
All right, it's game time. So we just did Sarah's rhino, which was awesome. Obviously, she got to use the chopper. We are not doing that with mine. We're hoping for something way less crazy. And the cool thing is we had a group of 3 different teams out looking for rhinos all morning, and they spotted this one. He's got a huge horn and a big old bull. So We're pretty excited. He bedded down, and so we're just gonna get the wind right and sneak in. So again, you gotta realize this concession is bigger than where the rhino roams. I mean, 200,000 acres is insane. It's hard to even comprehend how big that is. But to give you perspective, you see those mountain ranges over there? Zoom in on those mountain ranges. Those mountain ranges are still in this concession. So, I mean, see those mountain ranges over there? Still in this concession. So I want to just think about this, like how big this place is. This is serious. Rhinos can be very dangerous. So we got to do everything right. And we're going to get in close because this isn't going to be something we can shoot far. We got a dart and it's not super accurate. And so to make it accurate, we had to tune the bow to it, do all this stuff. And it's dialed in, but we can't shoot past 50. How far? 96. Okay. He's right there. He's up out of his bed. He's too far, but I'm too far. Yeah, I can't shoot. He can't see us right now. That's our point. He caught a whiff, I think, is what he caught. Right in the shoulder. We're good. Right there, right in the shoulder. We got him. We're good, boys. I just darted a rhino. Oh God, that was it. Spot and stalk. This is intense. That's a big rhino. Holy crap. Never thought in a million years I'd be able to draw on a rhino like that, let alone get a shot. Tiny little gap to get through, and we threaded the needle and got it in right into the muscle, which is what we wanted. We just got to be very quiet because they can't see rope. They can hear really well, and we don't want them to charge us.
The shot was perfect. Now the vet had to administer the tranquilizer drug called etorphine. This is also known as M99. This drug is so powerful, it has 10,000 times the potency of morphine. So it's extremely dangerous, and if any one of us would get poked with this dart, we would die within 60 seconds. So we all stayed back as the vet did her part. With the etorphine being a form of anesthesia, once it took effect, we would be able to approach this rhino safely and have our moment with this magnificent beast.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. That's awesome. Me too. Wow. It's okay, buddy. We are so close to a real dinosaur that's just living in modern time. He's fighting everything he's got in him. There he goes. Wow. Okay. All right. 32 around.
Yeah, back one, front, back.
Yeah. I'm just standing behind a rhino that I shot with a bow. I mean, this is just amazing. Truly amazing. This is, conservation at its finest, to be honest. And for us, what you guys see here is, a lot of work and effort. You saw teams, helicopters, everyone, vets on site to make sure the safety of this rhino is obviously upheld. But my God, for this to happen, I just never thought it'd be possible. And here we are. And all this money that we're spending to do all of this goes right back into making sure that these animals are protected and everything and thriving in South Africa, especially on this property. And without people like us paying to hunt these animals, the value's not there. And without value, there's no protection. And so I'm going to keep it short. I want to get some photos and we'll get this guy the antidote and then he'll be on his way totally fine. But my God, what an incredible beast.
Once we administered the antidote, we had to leave quickly. Considering what he just went through, it would be likely he would charge us once he was full strength.
Yeah, and then we can give him the antidote. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. We just gave him the antidote. It does not take very long for him to bounce right back to life. So we're gonna get away from him, give him his space, and watch him bounce right back. I mean, medicine and science is just amazing. This is really, really incredible. You guys, I can't emphasize enough to you how important this is. They banned, bow hunting to killing rhinos in South Africa, but being able to do this green hunt like this still allows us to contribute to this and pay money that then goes back to making sure that there's protection to these guys. Because again, it gives value to the animal, value brings protection. And at the end of the day, to pay people to protect these animals with anti-poaching, all that takes money. And the anti-hunters are not donating enough money, not even close. And all these animals would go extinct if it wasn't for hunters doing their part, and that's what we're doing right now, is our part. All right, he's on his feet. Everything's good.
So we drove off and the helicopter flew up, following the rhino for a while, making sure there were no complications. As we all expected, the rhino was doing great. Now, I know this episode was different, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you haven't done this already, please subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you can always stay tuned in with our channel. And if you have done this already, we just want to say thank you and welcome to the bow hunting family.